Day for a special lady, Laila Ali. Welcome
Thank you.
and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
When you first heard about being selected to the 2015 class for the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame, what did you feel? What were your emotions?
I was very honored, of course, and appreciative, and I'm just excited to be here. Most of all, to see a lot of my female fighters that were fighting when I was fighting, some of the new amateurs that are here, and just all the people that I know from the sport, because I've been away doing other things, so it's always nice to come back. It's kind of like a reunion.
Always good to see everybody that you hadn't seen for
Exactly.
a while. Now that you're out of boxing per se, except for today, of course, I'm sure you get a lot of men and young women that come up to you and ask you about your boxing career, and they want to get involved in it. What do you say to them? I know that you've had some tough words for some of them and telling them how tough a sport it is, but what exactly do you tell them?
Well, I always encourage females to participate in sports because obviously I know the importance of sports. I do a lot of work with the Women's Sports Foundation, so I'm an advocate for people getting involved in all sports. And a lot of times people want to box and they haven't actually gotten to the ring and experienced it. Things always look easier from the outside. Boxing is also a very tough business, even for people who are very talented. So I always encourage people to, if that's what they really want to do, go to the gym, start training, surround yourself with a team that will take you seriously and will make sure you know everything you need to know going into the ring. And then if that's what you want to do, you got to go hard. You got to be willing to put it all on the line and train harder than everybody else. So, but the first thing I do is I want to get in their head and make sure that boxing per se is really the right sport. It takes a special individual to be a fighter.
It certainly does, and here you are, that special individual. And that is one of the reasons why I'm sure that you've been selected to join the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. And we do want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
When they first told you, as you said, you were all excited and all, what do you think is the number one reason for your selection into the Hall of Fame?
I don't really think of any number one reason. I know I'm not the first. I know I won't be the last, and I feel like it's really great to recognize any athlete that worked very hard. I'm undefeated. I have 21 knockouts out of my 24 wins. I have 4 world titles. Do I have 4 or do I have 5? I've got them in a couple different weight classes.
Right.
And obviously I brought a lot of attention to the sport. I think I represented the sport very well because, coming into the sport with the pressure that I had, being the daughter of the greatest, there was a lot of, I don't know if people remember, but, you had Roberto Duran's daughter, Ingemar Johansson's daughter, Archie Moore's daughter, Joe Frazier's daughter, George Foreman's daughter have all gotten to the ring. So it takes more than just a name to be successful, and every time I fought, everyone fought me 10 times harder than they fought everybody else. But like I said, I always welcome the challenge. I made myself available to the top fighters once I did win my titles. Unfortunately, I have a bittersweet feeling towards my experience because, I feel like in order to be the best, you have to fight the best. And once I got to a certain level, got my titles, got my skill level up, I had a hard time getting certain fighters, in the ring. So it left me with a little bit of a bittersweet feeling, and I started at a certain point not really feeling challenged, and that was part of the reason I made a departure from the sport to start doing other things. So one thing I encourage fighters to do is that if they want this sport to grow, if they want to get attention, then you have to fight the best fighters. You can run your mouth to a certain point and talk up the fight, but eventually you need to get in there, and not make excuses. And I feel like, I had an opportunity to really take the sport to a certain level. When there's 2 names out there, people want to see you guys fight. And if it never happens, that just gives the sport a black eye. So these girls, there's a lot of talented girls out there, and I'm hoping that they want to really step up to the plate, fight each other, put on a good show, and then take this thing to the next level.
And hopefully with the women fighters in there, these young ladies, that the fans don't look at it as a women's bout. They look at it as 2 fighters in the ring.
Well, the thing people need to understand is fans like to see a good fight. They don't care if it's females. They don't care if it's males. But at the end of the day, until promoters feel like they can sell tickets by putting women in the ring, they're not going to promote the women. You can be the best fighter in the world. But if you don't have a promoter who's going to put you out there, put you in situations where people can actually see you fight and say, man, you know, those girls could really fight, then what are we going to do? You know? So like I said, you know, it's not easy. It's an uphill battle.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have to be in the sport because you love it, and you have to, you know, make sure that you're not worried about what's going to come of it, because you can't control a lot of those things. All you can do is be the best that you could possibly be. So.
And you certainly did that. You proved that in the ring. Outside the ring, very personable. You enjoy the people. They enjoyed you. And we're glad that you're a part of today's festivities, and congratulations to you. Thank you, Laila.
Take care.